Hi, folks. Welcome back. It's your Tarot Dad. Are we in rhythm yet? Are we doing it? Are we waking up every morning and finding each other? I'm having fun with this. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's really been nice kind of going through my days with a little bit of extra guidance and a little bit of extra food for thought. And I know it can be kind of like woo-woo or like overly mystical for some folks, and that's something that I'm cognizant of, but I do want this to be something that folks of all ilk, right, are enjoying this space and are enjoying just a little bit more food for thought as we go through our days, because that's what these daily card pulls are for. It's wild how often I find them kind of pertaining to what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing, but also that's because, again, we're all so complex. We're all such a full embodiment of a person, right, that we're all going through so much and doing so much and wanting so much for ourselves and for other folks that we love in our lives, right? Like these cards are bound to, any of them are bound to pull out something insightful for us to carry with us throughout the day. So how cool that we get to do this every day. All right. So I got a couple shuffles in. Love that shuffle sound too. Let's hear it one time for the folks, you know? That one was less pleasing because my left hand was not killing it. Which one's calling out to us? Okay, here, let's pull from. Come here. Which one of y'all? Which one of y'all is going to be our day? Okay. Sweet. So we're pulling the King of Swords today. This is a really, just like full disclosure, this is an important card to me. I've got both my parents, my mom and my dad, tattooed on me in the form of a tarot card. I'll share that maybe on the Instagram or TikTok for you guys to see. But this is one of the cards that I have tattooed on me. This is my father, the King of Swords. Upright is mental clarity, intellectual power, authority, truth. Reversed is quiet power, inner truth, misuse of power, or manipulation. These are really interesting things for us to be thinking about as we're going through our day. The way that I view swords is human tools like intellect, wisdom, words, right? Communication. These are all parts of the things that humans wield every day, right? And swords, we've talked about the double-edgedness of ideas. Swords are very explicitly two-sided. So I think that's an important thing for us to consider as we're looking at this. And then the king of every suit suggests a mastery over this thing. Again, to me, there is always a throne involved, right? There's always a crown involved. It's a king. It is something that rules atop of this energy, if you will. Swords being human intellect, wisdom, words, most importantly. It's suggesting a mastery over words, over intellect. And again, there is something really poetic about the idea of that being a cutting thing. It is a two-sided cutting object, mostly wielded by humans. So that's part of this story that it tells. We can see this kind of stoic face holding the sword upright, sitting in a throne. This throne is sat atop the world, it would appear to me. We can kind of see down here in the bottom, this is the land on which the throne sits. The trees are tiny, and off in the distance, the clouds are big. This is someone who is very much atop the throne, not just this particular throne, but the world. We're talking about mental clarity, I think, is an important thing. This is someone who is resolute. This is someone who is sure. This is someone who is up in the clouds. That's the mastery aspect of this, right? This card can feel a little big. It can feel very atop the mountain in the clouds. So it's hard to bring it down into a grounded, what is our daily takeaway for this? I think the power of words is something for us to really consider as we're going through this. I think the power of the mind and intellect is something for us to consider as we're going through our day. I think, where do our words play a part in impacting others, impacting ourselves? Where are words playing a game? Where are words cutting both ways? Where is our intellect cutting both ways? Can we see the full picture of our communication? Can we see the full picture of the things that we think and say? So I think that's really important for us to walk through today, understanding the whole picture of our thoughts, of our words, of ourselves. How are we interacting with other folks? How is that communication playing a part? Are we using it, right? Is it a tool for us? Are we wielding words? Are we wielding intellect? Are we wielding wisdom and knowledge? Go into your day kind of understanding that. And also, kings rarely start as kings. I don't love like our like classic understanding of the genderedness of these things. It's a sliding scale. Folks of all kinds can exhibit these qualities and characteristics. So that's important to maintain here, but it is really important just kind of thinking about a human period. Like rarely do we sit atop a throne right away. It takes us a journey to get there. You have taken a journey to get where you are, right? To master what you have mastered in your life. So to me, whenever I see one of these king cards, I'm thinking about that whole journey too. It's not just about where you are right in this moment in the mastery of that thing. It is about how you got here. It's about what you learned along the way. That's part of the wisdom and intellect for me, and something to think about the like robust round picture today of words, of your mind, of how we communicate with one another, and where is that? Where are we using that? Where are we impacting folks positively? Where do we still have room to grow into the throne of having knowledge and words and intellect and wisdom at our fingertips right away, right? That's kind of the mastery piece. If I can leave you with one more thing, the king, right? There is some sort of sovereignty there. There is some sort of, you are representing more than just yourself when you're in that position. Like that's kind of where I'm deriving this, like, hey, let's use our powers for good. Let's use our powers to serve more than just us. Let's let our wisdom, our intellect, our knowledge, our words, let's let all of those things serve more than just ourselves today. I love this card. I think it's really important. Obviously, I kind of mentioned why up at the top. It's important to me. My father is a very meaningful character in my life, and this card is him, right? The ability to use your words and your intellect to inspire, to bring together, to unite folks, and to really bring in people who were not in the fold, and to house and feed, and both figuratively and literally, right? This is a really cool card. I think it's a great opportunity for all of us today to think about where can our human tools help serve others and ourselves today. This is so fun. I hope you guys are enjoying your kind of get started routines with me and kind of diving in here into what we can take with us into the rest of the day. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about, either yesterday's card or today's card, what your thoughts are, how you're using this, what you might be pondering as you're going through the rest of the day too, because it's really cool to create the community around these things. I appreciate you guys. Hope I can see you again around these parts. If you're not already, like, follow, subscribe, do that whole thing. All the support is really overwhelming and really feels great. And I'm just glad that we can all be doing this together.